This is the Shotgun City Sheriff, the law himself, Clayton Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Kennedy, a.k.a. Mr. Anderson.
This is the Young Titan, Aaron Atlas.
Hey, this is Matt Brannigan.
This is the Warbound Hellhound Bo Sword.
This is your favorite drunken pro wrestler, a.k.a. the Bud Light Brawler, Dalton Davis.
This is Lizzie Six.
This is Jake Something.
And this is the jaw-jacking, back-cracking, God created all men equal, and then he made me the sequel, Rohit Raju, and you are listening to the Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Hell yeah.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast? Yeah, that's right, I stuttered. Shut up.
Gunther listens to the Spot Show Podcast. I have it on very good authority that this is in fact the case.
Hot start there, brother. Wasn't even ready.
Well, I know you weren't, because this has been sitting with me since last night, since I watched Raw. We're recording this on Tuesday. We watched Raw last night. Gunther comes out. He's talking about how much of a joke Jey Uso is, and he basically looks at him. I'm going to paraphrase here. I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he said, "I'm going to prove that you are just a good tag team wrestler."
Yeah.
He ran down Jey Uso. He called him essentially goofy for all of his stupid catchphrases and all of the stupid stuff that he's doing. That makes me feel vindicated.
Gunther was like, hey, you're a character, brother.
That's all Jey Uso is. And I don't necessarily know if we really super duper rocked the boat by saying that. Like, I don't know how many people.
We were the first ones I ever heard.
But all that matters is that Gunther agrees with me. Or should I say the writer that wrote that for him. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gunther's favorite podcast, allegedly, the Spot Show Podcast, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Jim Mint 10, Dickie Wabash. Over here on the couch, we have the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox. We are apparently the biggest Jey Uso haters out there. But, you know, I don't want there to be a misconception here, Madrox. It's not that we hate Jey Uso. We just don't think that he's a good singles competitor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just want to give a little bit of a shout out right now to someone.
One of our
lovely backers on Patreon. Because there's at least 3 people, 4 counting Gunther, that agree with us on Jey Uso. So I want to give a shout out right now to Patreon supporter CT23, who says, in all caps right here, Jey Uso is a bum. Now back to normal capitalization. Great character and hype. Bro can't wrestle, though. I fell asleep during their match and woke up to Hogan being booed out the building. So he woke up from one nightmare into another one. So shout out to CT23, one of our backers on Patreon. So that just tells you right there that we are right. Our listeners are right. Our Patreon backers are right. We know what we are talking about. And I will say, get ready, because you're probably going to fall asleep during Saturday night's main event, because we got Gunther versus Jey Uso.
You can't fall asleep through a Gunther match, though.
I will say I want to backpedal on what we were talking about, because we said that we have never seen a good Jey Uso singles Jey Uso match that didn't involve Roman Reigns. And we forgot about the Gunther matches, because the Gunther matches were good.
They were all right.
But it's only good because of Gunther.
Absolutely. It's all about who you're in there dancing with, especially in Jey Uso's case.
Yeah, and I think that by the way, we are not going to be turning into just a Raw on Netflix review podcast. I don't want you...
Absolutely not.
I don't want you to think that that's becoming the case here. But yeah, that's just... I saw that comment and then turned on Raw last night and saw Gunther talking about Jey Uso, and I was like, man, yeah, you know what? There was another hot take that I made about someone. No, it wasn't necessarily a hot take. It was just, this is the most specific reference that I have ever made to anything. I said on Facebook, Ludwig Kaiser is built like an R3 Tech action figure. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Remember them? How they were like weird and like bow-backed and
Yes,
they had the
sir.
really scrawny arms and legs. And like, I understand
The Hogan one was everywhere.
the Triple H one. I had the Hogan one. I had 2 Hogan ones and a Triple H one. I don't know why there were 2 Hogan ones because his gear wasn't really that. I think one he was wearing like a yellow shirt, one he was wearing a red shirt, maybe. I don't know. And then I had the Triple H one. And then I think I had the Big Show one. And the Big Show one was actually scaled properly.
Was it?
Yes, I do remember that. But the weird... Oh, I had a Kurt Angle one, too. I had more than I thought. Fuck. Yeah, I had 3.
Maybe you should start
3 or 4.
collecting them again.
No, not at all. But yeah, that was I forgot my point here, what I was talking about. But yeah, that is one of the most specific references that I could have ever made. And here's the thing.
But you're not wrong, though.
No, I'm not wrong. And think about Ludwig Kaiser, right? 0% body fat. He's in incredible shape. All I am saying is that he is built like an R3 Tech figure.
You should have tweeted that, even though you don't have Twitter.
I don't. How can I tweet? I don't have Twitter.
I'm just saying.
I have Twitter. I just don't use it anymore. I
mean,
get on there every so often. Let me check. I think. let me go to x.com.
Oh yeah, it's X now.
Yep.
I keep forgetting that. Checking out when you last tweeted.
Oh, I gotta sign in to do it. But I do know, like, one of the last things I tweeted, I think I just tweeted MadBash Wrestling Ascend the Throne or something. Like, I think that's all I tweeted. That's literally
That's all you
I
need to
tweeted.
say, though.
Yeah, and it was to promote Ascend. I think it was like right after Ascend the Throne or going into it or something. But every so often I get on my laptop. It's not on my phone. I don't have the app on my phone.
It's so toxic.
Well, all social media is toxic if we're being fair.
But X is like the king of toxic.
It always has been. And people like to think that it's only because Elon Musk bought it. But no, Twitter
Bad before
was always toxic. Twitter was always a problem. Here's a funny thing about Twitter. In senior year? Was it senior year? I think it was senior year. I was on the school newspaper.
Ooh.
And Twitter was really just starting to kind of break into the mainstream. Like, it was really starting to become like a big deal. And so I had essentially everyone in newspaper class on Twitter, and that's how we would communicate with each other.
It was just through tweets.
Was through Twitter. And I remember writing an article about Twitter for the newspaper and talking about how it was a great website that everyone should check out, that it's a safe website.
So you're the reason the world went to shit.
I think it's my fault. But I remember putting, like, in the article, I was like, oh, I'm on Twitter at whatever my Twitter handle was. So-and-so who writes for this guy is on Twitter. Here's what this. And I remember putting that, like, Twitter was good because, like, they would put check marks to, like, ensure that people were who they really were.
Oh, big selling point there.
Boy, did that change. Boy, did that change very much. Again, everyone, this is the Spot Show Podcast. Each and every week, Michael Madrox and I get on here and talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. We try to stay wrestling adjacent, but sometimes we slip and talk about other things, as I'm sure that you're hearing now as we're talking about Twitter. Here's the thing. If you want to support us, the best way you can do that is go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios. Back us at the $5 tier, and you're going to get this show early and ad-free each and every week. But that's not all that you're going to get on Patreon. You're going to be getting exclusive shows. You can get shows like Untitled Wrestling Commentary Show. If you're on the $10 tier, you can get shows like Shit Show. You get early access to a bunch of stuff. Basically, everything that we do, you get early access to it. I do have on good authority that some bloopers from the Christmas special will be making their way.
I've been waiting for these.
Onto Patreon. And the good authority that I have it on is me, because I'm the one that runs the Patreon. But look, that's not all that's that you can do to support us. There are multiple ways. Sometimes you don't have the extra money that you can give us. Get that. There are free ways that you can still continue to show support. You can go to MadBashStudios.com. You can find links to all of our social media platforms. You can go to our YouTube, our Facebook, Instagram, all of that. Give us a follow. Go to your favorite podcasting platform. Leave us a 5-star written review. I'm also going to give everyone a little life hack here. or a little content hack, I should say. I started doing this last week. So here's the thing. You go to our YouTube account, right? You watch a video. Be sure you watch another video after and then another video after. That shows retention. That shows that people are actually paying attention to what we're posting, and that's more likely to get us into the algorithm. Getting us into the algorithm is going to be one of the best ways that you can support us. We appreciate that so much.
Speaking of Patreon,
I
got a challenge for everyone.
Oh, boy.
They have 30 days from today. All free subscribers get entered into a contest.
Okay.
The winner of that contest will randomly draw one of the people on the free tier for a first edition print press of the referee not Mike Knox. Who's the Knox in AEW?
Mike Knox.
Rick Knox.
Rick Knox.
Rick
Yeah.
Knox. You will get his
No, Mike Knox. It wasn't his fault.
001 out of 199 card.
Oh, okay.
Anyone that subscribed to the $5 tier gets their chance to have their name drawn for a numbered out of 25 Ava Rain rookie card.
Okay.
And anyone on the $10 tier,
Ooh, the big boys.
they get their name drawn for a personal autographed Brian Pillman Jr. Matt Relic rookie card.
Wow. Look at you
Just because the holidays are done and over doesn't mean we're not in the giving spirit over here at Mad Bash.
I think we're always in the giving spirit.
So everyone has a chance to enter.
Yeah.
Even if you're not on the Patreon, you can sign up for the free tier and try to get that card. Or you can buy into the other cards. So let's have some fun with this, Dickie.
Ooh, let's have some fun with that. Let's absolutely have some fun with that. Yeah, we'll be giving more details on that as we go on here.
We'll have a Facebook post posted up later today or tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all for that, man. See, this is what we do here at Mad Bash. We give. We give everything. Speaking of giving, I want to give some plug skis, and I want to give some upcoming events. I am going to be making an appearance on our favorite podcast, the Jumping the Rail podcast. They are going to be doing their Extreme Effin' Review show. I believe that's the name of it. I probably messed up the name on that one, guys. I'm really sorry. Yes, Extreme Effin' Review. I couldn't remember if the effin' was in there or not. I'm going to be appearing live with them Thursday, January 30th. I'm going to be on there. We are going to be watching Guilty as Charged 2000. So head on over to the Jumping the Rail. Give them a like on their Facebook. Give them a follow on anything that they are on.
Is that show set up like a watch along?
It's a watch along, man.
Oh.
And I'm gonna love to be watching. Because I told them when I was on there the last time, I was like, listen, I loves me some ECW. Love me some ECW. More plug skis. Go on over to our YouTube channel. Dreamin' Ain't Easy is available right now on the YouTube channel. You can watch it. And then for those of you that are on the Patreon, you can finish off the Danville Dreamers saga. Curtain Call is available on the Patreon. We've also got a multitude of different wrestling matches and all of that on our Patreon. Now, here's what I got to say about this. More wrestling content is going to be coming out.
Oh, no.
The only problem, though, is that it's the winter, so there's not been a lot that we've been able to work with. So I wanted to say this, that Detonate is going to be coming. We've had a few snags.
We could still page out of ICP's book and have kitchen wrestling matches if the fans are interested.
I mean, whatever you want to do, dude. I'm fine with that. And of course, this episode is brought to you by Venom Energy and Elite Pro Wrestling. So what do you think, man?
You know what I'm thinking? And I really hate to put you on the spot.
Spot show.
But around this time last year, we did a review style thing where we rated our favorite Royal Rumbles.
Yeah, that was where we built the perfect Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, kind of. We built the matches from all the past shows.
Yeah, that's what we did. So yeah, that was a really fun podcast that we intended on doing with other ones, but we just kind of not that we forgot. We just didn't end up doing it. We were going to do it for all the big four. We were going to build the perfect WrestleMania card, the perfect whatever card. And what we were going to do was take the best matches from past events and turn them into.
I thought we agreed not to do WrestleMania because it would be so full.
I think that we agreed that we were going to do it, but we just ended up not.
Well, anyway, Dickie Wabash.
We're the kings of concepts.
The kings of concepts. I have a concept for us today.
Oh, boy.
I know 30 professional wrestlers. You know 30 professional wrestlers.
Personally.
But do you know 30 professional wrestlers that have never been a world champion?
Ooh. That's a good... I bet... Okay, so what are we considering world champion?
WWE champions? Nope. AEW champions? Nope. TNA champions? Nope. NWA champions? Nope. WCW champions? Nope.
Did you say ECW?
ECW? Nope. The
So
major,
they've never... They've not held...
the big one in either company.
The top title.
Yes.
In any company.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to include like Ring of Honor, ROH, which is the same thing. I meant to say AEW, WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, NWA.
Basically, we're going to book a 30-man jobber Royal Rumble.
A 30-man jobber. But you can't call them jobbers.
Not jobbers,
because they've
but
never won a world title.
B-list.
Okay. The B Team Rumble. All right. I see where you're going with this.
And I'm telling you right now, number one entrant, 6-Pac.
Really? So we're going to actually book like the order that they're coming out in, or we're just going to say, hey, here's 30.
Here's 30.
And then debate on who
And then debate on who would win out of their list.
Okay. I'm for this. Man, so here's the other thing too. Is he 1, 2, 3 kid? Is he X-Pac? Is he 6? Is he 6-Pac? Is he Sean Waltman? It's
6-Pac.
You went with 6-Pac as the default.
I did.
Okay. Man, it's weird to think that. I mean, no, with him actually, it really isn't. I get that. Yeah, he's always been a really solid mid-card guy, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And when the opportunity arises, he's always been a main eventer as well.
When need be. Yeah. Remember when we did the review of Invasion, he had that X-Pac heat?
Yes.
And it was like, even though he was WWF, like the people were still booing him. That was one of the better matches on that card, if I remember right.
So who you got for number 2?
Oh, we're going to volley back and forth here?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have said multiple times, this is going to kind of give it, this isn't my choice, but Roddy Piper, a lot of people say he's the best wrestler to never win the big one.
Yeah.
And I disagree because I think the best wrestler to never win a major singles title is William Regal.
So William Regal's going to be number 2?
William Regal's got to be in this, yes. How could he not be?
He's one of the greatest of all time to me personally.
He's a GOAT. And this is no discredit on Piper. And this is no discredit on Mr. Perfect. Any of them. Where it's like, oh, they're the Dan Marino of wrestling. Dan Marino never won the Super Bowl, whatever. Regal needs to be in that conversation because his work is so overlooked. If he is on the same caliber of like an Eddie Guerrero, of where when he finally won the big one, people were like, oh damn, it's about time. And there are so many about times with William Regal that it should have happened.
Absolutely. I think Regal honestly is, if he's not on your Mount Rushmore, you're doing yourself an injustice.
I'm not going to say a Rushmore of I would say a Mount Rushmore of technical wrestlers.
Of talent.
Of just talent. Yeah. I will agree with you on that. Yeah. So I got to go with Regal. I have to go with Regal. I mean, how could you not?
Which era Regal though?
Ooh.
Make it interesting.
Man, his heel run when he was the IC champion after he won King of the Ring.
Yes.
Goated. That's when
Goated.
he could have been a world champion. But there's also not to take away from Lord Steven Regal was good as well. But when he was, that was 08 probably.
Around that time.
07, 08, roughly. It was when he was feuding with Punk a little bit. But I just remember he had Layla was his manager for a bit, wasn't she?
Yes.
And then, he had that heel run, and then he became I don't remember the order that it went in, but I know he was general manager, and he was doing that heel, like that would have been prime for him to be world champion. Not WWE champion, but world heavyweight champion.
Oh, that would have been a great look on him, though.
Yes.
For number 3.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to current generation.
Okay.
I got to pick this one. You know, as soon as I say his name, you're going to be like, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah. How could you not?
One of the fucking greatest currently that just never gets their fucking due.
Yeah, we've talked about him a lot with Dalton. Dalton's a big Buddy Murphy fan.
Absolutely.
Buddy Matthews. He's someone that I would throw in there. By the way, if you're on the Patreon, one of the better episodes of Untitled Wrestling Commentary is we did Buddy Murphy versus, who was it? Remind me.
Was it Cedric?
It was the one for Super Showdown. I think it was Cedric, and that's one of Dalton Davis's favorite matches. So we went back and did commentary on that one.
Well, Dalton was broken.
Yeah, this is when Dalton had his was out with his fibula broken. But yeah, that's a good choice. Like, and that's another thing too, is that it's like there's probably going to be a lot of like classic era wrestlers in this, but we can't overlook the modern as well.
Not at all. See, this is a little fun, interesting.
There we go.
Subject matter for
There
you.
we
One to
go.
Dickie Wabash.
I'm for it.
Number 4, brother.
So the fourth person to enter the never been a heavyweight champion, world champion, Rumble extravaganza. There's many different directions that you can go. And the thing is, I'm thinking of these names, and I know that they're all going to come up at some point. So it's just a matter of
when
and it doesn't really matter. It's just us spitballing and naming people. But how do you not go with Razor Ramon?
Ooh. See, like, I planned a little bit and started making a list before you got here, and I completely left Razor Ramon off my list.
And I'm saying specifically
Razor Ramon.
Yes.
Not Scott Hall?
Not Scott Hall. I want him to be Razor Ramon. Chico.
I figured you would have went with TNA Scott Hall in the Elvis suit.
In the Kings of Wrestling. Yeah, man. I think that he's definitely someone that gets overlooked because of his own personal demons, and he's someone that became a cautionary tale in wrestling, and that's a shame. Of course, he was a great intercontinental mid-card guy, but he just never got to
the next level. Who do you blame for that, Sean or Brett?
I gotta blame Brett because I was friends with Shawn Michaels. I'm the medium-sized man.
Speaking of medium-sized mans, let's go back to 2005, 2006.
Okay.
The Hurricane is no more.
Oh, we're going.
Let's go with a GOAT, Gregory fucking Helms.
Gregory Helms. Do you remember when he did the random Hurricane Helms gimmick and came out in the MMA shorts?
Yes.
He only did it for like a couple of weeks. But yeah, Gregory Helms is a good choice. I think that he's
the greatest cruiserweight champion in WWE's era.
Oh, yeah. Easily. He's one of. I will give him one of.
In the WWE era, he is the greatest.
In the WWE era, yeah, for sure. Like, I think definitely in, like, you said 05, but, I mean, he even was running with it in 07. Like, he was having some really solid matches. I know him and Matt Hardy had some really good cruiserweight matches. And then I think he was champion when they dropped it to Hornswoggle, and then the belt just kind of went by the wayside.
Yep.
Or Chavo might have been cruiserweight champion at that time. I don't remember, but it was one of those things. It was the Cruiserweight Invitational, and the bell rang, and Hornswoggle was in the ring, and he like ran across.
Yeah, then all the Cruiserweight guys chased him.
Yeah, because it's like you had to be in the ring when the bell rang, and then the bell rang. So I'm a big Gregory Helms guy. I was a huge Hurricane fan back in the day. So I'm all for that.
I got to go with Gregory Helms over the Hurricane any fucking
day.
But
I'm saying let's go Gregory Helms specifically, yeah.
I'm pretty heel heavy right now, brother.
I know. We're going to need to go with some baby faces.
Who are you thinking?
Man, if you're looking at baby faces that have never been a heavyweight champion, I think that we got to go with another thing that was said on Raw. I'm going with Sami Zayn.
Sammy, you can't use Zayn.
Why?
NXT champion.
Oh, he was NXT champion.
ROH
wasn't he?
champion.
El Generico was ROH champion?
I think so. At one point,
I don't
wasn't he?
think El Generico.
Oh, well, he was still NXT champion.
Do we count NXT, though?
You got to count NXT. I'll let you have this one. We won't count NXT.
I kind of want to go to the judges on this one, and by that I mean I was probably going to give someone a call. But I don't know who I would call.
I need to phone a friend.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I mean, if we're counting ROH and TNA, you kind of got to count NXT.
Yeah, let's count NXT. Then let's take Sami Zayn out. Man, so we want to go with a baby face. So are we all heels so far?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
6, Regal, Murphy, Ramon, and Helms.
Damn. Give me the name of the list. Oh, 6. That's what you said. I thought you were thinking 6. I thought you were saying 6 people. I'm stupid. It's been a week. Man, a baby face. This is harder than it actually
You would think.
looks. Yeah.
You don't have to choose a baby face. I mean,
No, we need a baby. We need a baby face. Let's go with the natural Dustin Rhodes.
ooh.
He's someone that was never, and he's right now in his current run. He's a baby face.
That is true. And you said the natural, that was a babyface era.
Yeah, like I'm talking about this current run of the natural.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
meant
talking
like
AEW natural.
I thought you meant like WCW.
No,
the
I'm
natural.
talking AEW natural Dustin Rhodes.
That's a good solid pick.
Yeah.
I think for me, for the next pick though, to keep it babyface orientated and to bring back the 3 faces of Foley, I'm gonna have to go the 1, 2, 3 kid.
No, we can't do that.
You can't do that.
No.
Mick Foley got away with it. Tell me how
No,
great it
we-
would be to have
we
6
can't do
X-Pac
that.
and 1, 2, 3
We
kid.
can't
All right.
do that.
Then
If
I'm
you're
going-
not giving me Sammy, I'm not giving you that one.
Then I'm going babyface of babyfaces. All right.
Okay.
I'm going New Jack.
Ah, okay.
Let's take this Rumble to the extreme, baby.
I'm for it. I am absolutely for it. Hell yeah. Man, I have some good, because I went on Google here, because like, I don't know, like I'm thinking about it. It's like, who has never won? But like a lot of it is world, like the WWE championship, like not just the world championship. Like a lot of people are talking about WWE, but it's like, I'm
You
gonna
gotta
go
count them both.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you 1, 2, 3 kid if you can't let me have. Remind me who you just said.
New Jack.
New Jack is awesome. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Who do you think he'd go after first? Dustin Rhodes, Gregory Helms, Razor, Murphy, Regal, or 6?
It's hard to say. It's very hard to say on that one. Okay, I got one for you, because I think this would be a really good little spot in the Rumble. I am gonna go with Orange Cassidy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I could just picture New Jack in the ring murdering everyone right now.
Yep.
Orange Cassidy comes out and just
hits New
Hits the
Jack
thumb,
with
brother.
hits New Jack with the with the little gimmick kicks. You
and
know
New
what I
Jack
mean?
just going, "Are you fucking on me?" Pulling out a scalpel.
All right, so what number are we on there, Madrox?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're only at 8, brother.
Damn, we've almost. So let's get 2 more, and then we'll hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll do the back half, or the back bit of this.
I mean, I got New Jack in this ring right now.
Yeah.
I need someone violent to counteract the New Jack.
If you say Violent J, I swear to God.
No, he's been a world champion somewhere, I'm sure.
Okay.
Devon Dudley.
Oh, Devon's a good one.
Yeah.
He's never. Bubba has been.
Bubba
'cause
has
he
been.
He was TNA. Yeah. Ooh, I do like that a lot. I do like that a lot, man. That's a very good one. Yeah, because I feel like Devon was definitely until the Bully Ray era. Devon was more of the worker while Bubba was more of the character.
Yes.
And then the Bully Ray character comes out, and then you're seeing more of the work rate from.
You get that personality of Bubba
you get
with
the
it.
personality of Bubba coming out, yeah. And yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, man. Devon is another one that, like, he had his Reverend Devon run, and
which I loved.
It was great. It was really good heel work, and but you're just getting Devon Dudley, like he's so okay. Yeah, I vibe with that a lot. Yeah, he's another one that I kind of want to go back and watch some Reverend Devon matches now and just kind of be curious about like what all he was able to pull off in that one. Fuck yeah. Damn.
We got entitled to record, brother.
Do what now?
We got entitled to record.
Find a Reverend Devon match. I'm sure that people want to watch that. Man. See, the problem is I don't know if we can do a full 30.
No, we can do a full 30.
The parameters that we've set, like, it's no major company. Because, like, we're doing WWE, which includes NXT, ECW.
That's why we're including every company, because it'll make it easier to get to that 30.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we just did WWE, we would have the lesbians and Mike Knox.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing too, is that this doesn't necessarily need to be top tier guys that have never won a title.
I threw fucking New Jack in a Royal Rumble.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the easy pick right now. I'm going Roddy Piper.
Ooh,
I'm going to go ahead and get him out of the
Piper.
way. Yeah, and there's a couple more that we could that I've already kind of named, but here's what we're going to do. We're at 10. You said?
Yeah.
Let's get 5 more. We'll get the 15, and then we'll go to our.
All right. I'm sure these guys don't mind us rambling. So, we got Devon and Piper.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go in and throw out one of the most underrated talents of all time.
Okay.
Imagine this. The clock starts counting. 3, 2, 1. And you're messing with the real deal now.
Really?
D'Lo Brown, baby.
Man, that's a good choice. That's a very good choice. D'Lo is, I think that had it not been for The Rock, he could have been one of the breakouts
Of the Nation.
Of the Nation of Domination. And I know, obviously, the Nation of Domination started off as a Farouk vehicle to build Farouk.
Which he didn't need.
He didn't need it. And then you had the workhorse like D'Lo, who was going out there and doing these incredible matches.
Yep, and then you had the Heater, the Godfather.
Yep.
Mark Henry is the Enforcer, and then The Rock came in and shook everything up with one promo.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. The Nation was really good. I really enjoyed the Nation of Domination. Now, after that, if I could just be serious for a moment.
Oh, boy.
How do you not put Lance Storm in this thing?
One of the greatest of all time.
One of the GOATs. His matches with Mike Awesome in 2000's WCW were not great. Let's throw that out there. But
I don't blame him for that.
No, it's not his fault at all. That's bad booking and then Mike Awesome. But man, Mike Awesome is someone that I would love to throw in it, but
ECW champion.
He was ECW, yeah. Another I was thinking Bam Bam Bigelow, but ECW champion. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, you throw Lance Storm in there. I mean, I think that you can't go wrong with old Lance.
No,
You know,
Lance is
he's
a hell of a hand.
Lance.
All right, Dickie Wabash.
All right, Michael Madrox. This is number 13, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to take you back to a time when wrestling started to become real. people started breaking into other workers' houses.
This was my next one.
And they get guns pulled on them, baby. We got the loose cannon Brian Pillman stepping up to the plate.
Oh, I love it. Pillman was going to be my next pick. But specifically, I was going to do Flying Brian Pillman.
Flying Brian?
Not the loose cannon, but if you want to do loose cannon Brian
I got to do
Pillman,
the loose cannon from the ECW up to his death, like, goated.
Yeah.
Goated.
One of the first characters of that type of,
crossing the line, realism.
Doing
now everybody wears fucking leather vests to the ring and acts crazy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he definitely paved the way.
Mental health is a gimmick in the world of professional wrestling nowadays.
It can be. It can be. Yeah, I like that pick. I like that pick a lot because, like I said, it was going to be my next one. So then, if we're going, the last couple have been the past.
Yep.
I say we go present because Michael Madrox sees what I'm doing right now with this microphone.
Love you so low.
I love you so low. I'm going Jacob Fatu.
The Samoan werewolf.
Yep. He is definitely, he's the D'Lo Brown of the bloodline, where we just had this whole thing about D'Lo, about how he could have easily been the breakout of the Nation of Domination.
Don't curse you, man. It might be the other Tonga brother that sucks.
Yeah.
He can step up after one promo now.
Tongaloa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that he definitely is someone that for sure deserves to be in the conversation, and he's still young in the game. So, I mean, there's still plenty of time for him. But, I mean, if we're just talking strictly whether it be past, present, future, current, way, future, whatever, yeah, I mean, he's by the criteria that we've proposed. Like I said, these don't have to be like major main event guys. Like, he's in the main event.
Been around for years, but
yeah, he's still got plenty of gas in the tank. He's still going to be around for years.
He's just new to the scene, and we're already throwing him in this as deserved. If that lets you say anything.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go with current as well this time for the 15th pick.
All right, so this is number 15, right?
Yes, sir.
A word from our sponsors.
I'm going to go to the house. I'm going to go with Malachi Black.
NXT champion.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
No, that was Aleister Black. There's a difference.
No, stop with that horse shit.
Damn, that threw me for a loop because I was just thinking Jacob Fatu versus Malachi Black is money. All right, dude. I'm going to go with the 7-year itch then.
Oh, Kidman.
I'm going to go Billy Kidman.
Okay.
Hell of a hand. Always delivered. Even Viagra on a pole.
He did.
Kidman's got to be in the match.
Yeah, just in terms of like how good. I just saw on TikTok the other day, it was like wrestlers whose music shouldn't have gone as hard as it did. And it was Billy Kidman's nah, nah. Hey. Yeah, Kidman was always really good. Like he was obviously good in the flock, and then whenever he broke out and became wife beater Kidman.
Tory Kidman is like
Tory Kidman. Yeah, I call that Tory Kidman. And then when he came out in WWE, like around the Invasion time, and he was wearing the bikers,
yes,
and whatnot, he was definitely really solid there. So yeah, Kidman's a really good one.
Him and Gregory Helms had some killer matches during that era too.
Yeah, and like I imagine Gregory Helms lasting just long enough in this Rumble so they could get their crazy cruiserweight spots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm all for Kidman in this Rumble. So yeah. That's the first 15.
First 15.
We got 15 more to go. Let's hear a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. Well, what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. Michael Madrox, before we get into the bottom 15, why don't you go ahead and recite to us the top 15? Granted, I say top 15, but that doesn't
first
mean that they're
15.
in any order. Yes.
We got 6, William Regal, Buddy Murphy, Razor Ramon, Gregory Helms, Dustin Rhodes, New Jack, Orange Cassidy, Devon Dudley, Roddy Piper, D'Lo Brown, Lance Storm, Brian Pillman, Jacob Fatu, and Billy Kidman.
Incredible first 15 of a Rumble that we got there. So now it's my turn to start off this batch because we're going a full 30.
Yes.
And to be honest, I'm going to stay current because I think that it's going to be a little bit easier to stay current because, like we said with a lot of these past guys, there's little caveats of, they won the ECW title, but, or they won the TNA title, or they did this. Because here's what sucks. Shelley and Sabin would be fun to put in this, but they've both been TNA champion.
Absolutely.
So we can't do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm sticking current, and I am going to go Logan Madrox's favorite wrestler, Darby Allin.
The fuck?
He's never won a world title.
That is true.
I
thought you said Michael Madrox.
No,
I was
said
like, what the fuck?
Logan Madrox's.
That is a good pick.
Yeah, we can't go your favorite wrestler because Raven.
Darby and New Jack in the same ring. Oh my god.
If New Jack's not eliminated by then.
He's probably fighting in the crowd with fucking Pillman at this point.
Yeah. Am I got Pillman and New Jack in the crowd together?
Yeah.
Man.
He's already slit Devon's butt open and Lance Storm super kicked him over the top rope.
But no, I think, Darby is someone that at some point is going to be a world champion. I don't think he's quite there yet. I think that this whole Death Riders story, they're essentially building him, I'm pretty sure, to be the one that, takes the final blow. Yeah, Darby. You gotta go Darby.
I could see that. But I'm going to have to go back in the past for this one.
Okay.
And I'm going with this specific era. I'm going with 2005 Paul London.
Oh, specifically. So London and Kendrick, Paul London.
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking with the baggy slappy pants.
The slappy pants with the jesters on the side.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, then my next pick, I'm going Brian Kendrick.
I knew you would do that as soon as I said fucking
And
London.
it doesn't count because current WWE champion is Brian Kendrick. That does not count because he was never officially champion. He was champion in a scramble match.
That's true.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go with, the back-to-back of London and Kendrick I think is pretty dope.
What was your favorite moment about them, like, on the fucking past 05? Like, they were so different for their time compared to anything else that WWE had out.
Here's the sad thing about it. I loved them, But it's like what we talked about
You didn't get to watch him.
last week because they were on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And they were just always guys that I would just see pictures on .com.
You never watched Velocity?
I would watch Velocity and see them, but nothing that like majorly sticks out with me, but I was always a fan.
They brought the TNA to WWE at the time.
Yeah. They were
I
TNA,
think that's why I like them.
they were TNA wrestlers in WWE. And that's a very specific description.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as much as calling Ludwig Kaiser an R3 tech figure. But that's a very specific description that London and Kendrick, or Lundrick as they were sometimes referred to, they were essentially they were TNA wrestlers in WWE.
In the land of giants.
Yeah.
All right. Since you had to throw Brian Kendrick out there, I think it's time for us to get our first super heavyweight.
Oh, yeah. We really...
The Samoan Bulldozer, Umaga.
I was saving Umaga for number 30.
Was you?
I thought he would have been a good entrant at number 30. Yeah. Umaga, I mean, goddamn, he should have taken the title off Cena.
Absolutely.
I think that, that was to the detriment of Umaga, was that he was around during the we have to push John Cena beyond the moon.
The Super Cena era.
That was Super Cena era, man. And I think that
Samoan strap match should have ended completely different.
It should have. It absolutely should have.
That pissed me off that when I was watching that live.
He should have won that, and he should have been WWE champion during that run. He absolutely should have been.
That's that weird run though, where like we had the Samoan wrestlers, but Vince just wasn't pushing them like he did before.
Imagine if Umaga was still alive today during the Bloodline.
Bloodline? Oh, man. He'd have his own fucking bloodline.
Yeah, there would be like, I feel like, dude, let's like fantasy book that, like a quick little fantasy book sidebar from our fantasy book is that I feel like Umaga would have led like the real OG Bloodline. Like he would have, it'd be like Umaga, Rikishi, well, both Jamal wasn't a part of it, but Rosie was. I feel like it would, like Rock would probably be a part of that. Honestly, Rock would probably
Jamal was Umaga.
Jamal was Umaga, wasn't he? Shit. Okay.
What the hell you mean over there?
I forgot that Jamal was Umaga.
Jamal wasn't a part of it.
Oh, I'm going to just stop my thought there. I had a thought and it's completely gone.
See, I'd go completely different. I'd put Umaga as the leader and put Jacob Fatu, Zilla Fatu.
Oh, like so Umaga is like leading the
new generation.
The new
generation of savages, though.
Yeah, and then put Solo in charge of like the Tongans and all that.
Yep.
And you have to put Haku in there, I feel like, somehow too, because of the Tongans.
Haku would just murder them all, let's be honest. Even if they were family.
Yeah. Damn, Umaga is a very good choice. I think he's definitely someone that, he was, like, everyone talks about, like, how Wade Barrett got really held back from Super Cena. Umaga did it first.
Absolutely.
Umaga was, like, he is one of the biggest what ifs. Like, if they hadn't fully been like, we're going to.
I still a head scratcher why they didn't pull the trigger on that.
Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one.
Gotta keep the baby face. Keep the fans coming.
Damn.
Number 20, brother.
Number 20. So let's see. We've got a very good mix. I don't know the exact percentage of like past and present, but I feel like, and I think we've got a pretty good little mix in there of like ECW, TNA.
We got everything from the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era, present day, and the Golden Era. So
yeah. There's many different directions that I can go here. And again, like I said, it doesn't really matter ultimately because they're probably going to get chosen, and it's not like it's a competition. This is just us like kind of fantasy booking here. I'm going to just throw an obvious one out there that we haven't gotten to yet. I'm going to throw Mr. Perfect out. It had to be said at some point. Like,
I did it though.
Yeah, because he's always in that discussion. I mean, if we're gonna put Jacob Fatu in there, I mean, we got to put Mr. Perfect.
See, I wouldn't have picked Mr. Perfect. I would have picked Rapper's Crap Kurt Hennig.
Oh yeah, I thought about that. I really
just because every Royal Rumble needs that musical spot.
Hey, rap, man, the West Texas Rednecks, brother.
Great shit, brother.
How
Great
could you
shit.
forget?
Since you're going country, I'm gonna have to go the complete opposite direction.
If you're going with who I think you're going with, he was NWA champion.
I don't think you know exactly who I'm going with because I'm going with Prince Purdy, Tyler Breeze.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go with R-Truth, but you can't because
Nope.
Ron Killings was
NWA champion.
NWA champion.
First black NWA champion.
Yeah, he was. Oh shit, yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He took it off Shamrock.
Yep.
Asylum era. Yeah, that's a solid choice.
I love Tyler Breeze's work.
Yeah, I think that he's always just been a good hand is the problem, though. I think he's just always been a good hand.
And that's like post Triple H era, like everyone that was a good hand.
Yeah.
That's all they were used for is just to job and make everyone else look good, which screwed up a lot of guys' careers, if you ask me.
It really did. It really did. So if you're going to go Tyler Breeze, I am going to go with Xavier Woods.
Ooh.
The only one of New Day to not be a world champion. And I think that if they do this new heel turn with them, they could play it right. And Xavier Woods.
Can I shoot on this fucking heel turn?
Please.
There still be a New Day. They need to cut every fucking thing out. Quit wearing the comic book character fucking and anime gear. They need to be like more urban and like in your face aggressive.
I get that. They've done that a little bit, but not as much as they should.
No. Like the backstage segments, they're not wearing like the cartoon shit.
Yeah.
Which they need to transfer to the ring. Like they need to separate it. And I think they should
100%.
drop the name New Day altogether.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. And plus, I mean, I feel like their whole heel turn has been just kind of cheap heat anyway. It's like, oh, Big E, you suck because you broke your neck.
Oh, no more bullhammers from you, Wade Barrett. All right, dude. I'm going to have to go present day and attitude era. Not attitude era, ruthless aggression era, because he's been there since.
Love ruthless aggression.
I'm going to go with the gold standard, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, I knew he would come up at some point, whether it be me or
He'd
you.
have to.
Yeah. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin's solid. He's another one that, like, you know, he had such promise. You know, he beat Triple H on that first Raw that he was on, and then they just kind of did nothing
Shit the
with
bed
him.
with it.
Yeah, they did.
They kept building him up, started his push, and then the next week he wouldn't even be featured for reasons I couldn't even understand.
Yeah.
Another good hand that got screwed over.
Yeah, and that's what's like being a good hand is almost, it's like a blessing, but it's also a curse in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
It's like that Page movie where the agent was like, I was a good hand.
Yeah. So, I'm going to go current as well. And this one kind of ties into my previous pick. You know, you look at New Day.
Yep.
Kofi has been champion. Big E has been champion. Xavier has not been.
Are you going 3MB?
All I'm saying is they tried to hinder gender. I don't remember McIntyre's. What was McIntyre's?
I don't remember.
And Slater's going to slate.
Slater Gator, baby.
I want Heath Slater into this Rumble so that we can complete 3MB as world champions.
That makes me want him to win just for that fact.
Yes. Oh, just wait, because on Page Show, we are going to get down to who the final four are. And then we're going to debate on who is going to win this thing.
I think on Page Show, we put it in a will generator.
That's not
and
bad.
Have the fate decide who gets eliminated and at
Put
what
it in a
point.
wheel generator. Let's go. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Let's do it.
All
So,
right.
yeah, I'm going to go with Slater's going to slate.
He's got kids.
God damn it. What was Drew's? Because it's
He
like,
was still the chosen one, I
don't
think.
hinder gender. No, it was, okay, this is going to make me look. Don't hinder gender. What was it? It was don't hinder gender. Slater's going to slate. Maybe there wasn't one for Drew McIntyre. I don't think there was. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you guys know what it is, please let me know in the comments of this.
All right, let me do a little head count here and see how many we're up to.
By my count, we're at like 25 or 6.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
23, I was close. So 7 more. Whose turn is it?
It's my
Your
turn.
Your turn?
You,
Okay.
you just slatered
I did, yeah.
all over the place.
Slater's going to slate.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
I'm surprised he's waited this long to be put on this list. Who better than Canyon?
Oh, my God, yes. Canyon. See, that's the problem with doing something like this is that we're limited to 30, but then we just get talking about others, but then we forget about the others. Like, there's obvious choices, especially if you know enough about the Spot Show podcast, like you know our taste and you know what we're really into.
And we're really into Canyon.
We love Canyon. We are big Canyon marks. Who better than Canyon? Yeah, Canyon is an incredible choice.
Oh, wait, that was 25. My bad.
Okay.
Got 5 left.
5 left, starting with me. 26. So we can't do the other members of the Jersey Triad because Bigelow and Dallas. But there's another faction.
The triple threat?
That we need to look at. Yeah, Tank Abbott. No. No, that was a joke. You know, there's this one guy who's the limousine riding, jet flying,
The Yeti,
wheeling dealing son of a gun. But who's always by his side? Who throws the greatest spine buster in the history of professional wrestling? Who gets the Glock out and puts it in their face? That's right. I'm going the enforcer, Arn Anderson.
Who was 20 years old and looked like he was 40.
Yeah. And I'm going like 80s Arn.
Like
no, I'm going Brainbusters Arn.
So early 90s?
Yeah, I'm going Brainbusters Arn.
Good choice, sir.
That's the Arn. You can't go wrong with any.
Another good hand.
Yeah.
Another, always in the main event picture, but never going over.
Yep.
You know, this Rumble.
You know, here's another thing, too, because you just said the Yeti. I'm proud of us because there's been very few joke choices.
I was just going to say this Rumble needs some comic relief.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with Evil Doink.
I knew you were going to do it. Yes, I love that. I love that. Matt Bourne Doink. I love it. I am so happy with that choice. I'm so happy with that choice. Like, I know that you were like, it's comedy. He's Doink, yada, yada. He's a clown. Like, we would have to finagle it in a way where Doink and Orange Cassidy get spots.
You think so?
Oh, we have to.
Oh, I was thinking Evil Doink and Arn.
Oh, man. Yeah, that would be good. That would be solid. Yeah, man, Doink. Doink is a good one. Doink is a very fucking good one, dude. I was thinking it. Like, I feel like that the choice I'm about to make, you always end up making it. Because I was thinking, like, man, Doink would be solid for this because of, you know, just what he brought to the table, like, as a worker. We did that Marty Jannetty Doink the Clown match on... It was our first episode of Untitled Wrestling Commentary.
It was a solid fucking match.
And if you, on Patreon, if you've not checked that out, I highly recommend going and checking that out. That's a good one. That's a very good one. So let's think here. We just had some comic relief, so I feel like that we want to get some real in there. You know what I mean? This is a weird one, but I'm going to do it. Scott Flash Norton.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm a Scott Flash Norton guy. I like Scott Norton a lot. And I think that he would just be, because like we've got all different types in this Rumble. As you see in a Rumble, you're going to see matchups that you wouldn't see normally. Like just imagine him getting in there just beating the brakes off of, just Doink or something, like that. Scott Flash Norton, that's who I'm going with.
Imagine Scott Norton in his prime versus Shelton Benjamin.
Oh my God.
Dude. Talk about fire and ice.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we got to be getting.
This is 29, brother.
29, then I get 30. Okay.
I still have a few on my list. So I'm going to have to go with this way. The clock counts down. The music hits.
I'm picturing it in my head.
Here comes Lodi.
Lodi?
Listen, brother. Lodi's doing his whole sign gimmick before he enters the ring. Here comes charging to the fucking ring, taking Lodi out and stealing his spot in Royal Rumble fashion. I'm talking about the one and only Bob Holly.
Bob Holly! I almost went with Bob Holly a couple turns ago. Yeah, that is definitely something I could see Bob Holly doing. Like he would be the one to take out Lodi.
It happens every other year at the Rumble, so you
there's always someone that gets fucked over. And
what better person than Lodi? He still gets his shine.
Yeah.
And then he dies to Bob fucking Holly.
Yeah. Now we're talking hardcore Holly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm for that.
Not the Midnight Express Bob Holly.
Yeah. Beautiful Bob or whatever.
Bodacious. Or no, it's Bodacious Bart.
Bodacious
Beautiful
Bart
Bob.
and Beautiful Bob, yeah. Whew. 30's got to be a big one, no?
I think it should.
Who could it be?
Or it could be like that one Royal Rumble where everyone wanted Bryan Danielson and Rey Mysterio comes out.
Yeah, no shit. So here's another thing too. I'm not picking this person, but I was gonna throw out Chavo.
Chavo would have been
earlier,
great.
But he's been ECW champion. But that's WWE ECW. But if we count NXT, then we got to count WWE ECW.
Do you want to do some honorable mentions before you pick your number 30?
No, because I feel like then one of those honorable mentions could just become number 30.
Let's do honorable mentions after you pick your number 30.
That's kind of the plan, yeah. Because then we're going to go, fuck, we forgot this person.
Yeah.
Man, Canyon would have been so good for number 30. Okay. Hear me out here on this one.
If it's the Kiss Demon, I'm going to kick you in the dick right now.
Absolutely not. As my fucking leg pops into so many different sounds as I adjust on this couch. Lights go down. Well, not the lights go down. I'm ready now. Tear this roof off for the crowd. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. And everyone's like, what are we doing here? But then out comes the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yes. I can't be mad with that.
No.
You
gotta go with the Brooklyn Brawler, brother. You gotta go with the Brooklyn Brawler. The quintessential job guy. The quintessential job guy.
The quintessential hand.
Had you not done what you did with Lodi and Bob Holly,
yeah,
I would have said someone should do that to Brawler.
You can't do that to Brawler.
No, you can't do that to Brawler. I almost went with Abe and Knuckleball Schwartz, but I'm going Brawler.
That's a pretty solid.
Actually, no joke, is not a bad choice. Not an awful choice.
I still got some on my list who could be honorable mentions.
Yeah, so let's, before we get into honorable mentions, run down who the 30 men that are competing in the Never Been a World Champion Rumble.
We have 6. William Regal, Buddy Murphy, Razor Ramon, Gregory Helms, The Natural, Dustin Rhodes, New Jack, Orange Cassidy, Devon Dudley, Roddy Piper, D'Lo Brown, Lance Storm, Brian Pillman, Jacob Fatu, Billy Kidman, Darby Allin, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, Umaga, Mr. Perfect,
Start talking normal.
Tyler Breeze, Xavier Woods, Shelton Benjamin, Heath Slater, Chris Canyon, Arn Anderson, Evil Doink the Clown, Scott Norton, Bob Holly, and the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a hell of a Rumble, man. And then you're not going to want to miss this because on Paid Show, we're going to put them all into a spin the wheel gimmick
And see what order they get eliminated.
In what order they get eliminated in and who the final four are. And then we're going to debate of the final four who should end up winning. So, Michael Madrox, let's hear a couple honorable mentions.
You got to go with Rene Dupree with Fluffy.
Well, you don't have to.
What, dude, that gimmick was so great for the time.
It was great.
And I can't believe no one said this, but Shannon Moore.
Oh, Shannon Moore would have been a solid one, yeah.
Would you pick V1 Shannon Moore or Inc. Shannon Moore?
Oh, the Prince of Punk, Shannon Moore.
We had Lodi, but no Lenny Lane. Spike Dudley would have been a hell of a choice.
Spike would have been good.
Very underrated.
Yeah. I'm excited to do the extreme effing review with Jumping the Rail because I'm pretty sure Guilty as Charged 2000 is where Mike Awesome just fucks Spike Dudley up for 20 minutes.
Is it?
And just like power bombing him out of the ring and shit.
Is that the one where he power bombs him into the fucking guardrail?
Maybe. It's been a while. I'm excited.
I'll have to tune in for that one. And watch for support.
Yeah, tune in for those guys.
Yeah.
We still got a couple of weeks, but shout out.
Anybody you think we've left off the list?
No, because I was really scraping to get the list that I got. I'm going to be honest with you. When I was doing the whole nothing, I knew that I was going to go with Brooklyn Brawler, but I forgot who I was trying to remember in my head of who I said it was going to be. No, I think that that's a pretty solid list. We've got a really good mix of and that makes sense, and then we've also got a good mix of past, present.
I mean, honestly, we got like all names. Like we didn't go to the cheat well to pull out Jobber A like Phantismo or the Kiss Demon or
what if I tell you
Sting.
that I actually thought about Phantismo for a solid?
That would have covered the comedy aspect, but then I probably wouldn't have chose Evil Doink.
Yeah, or we could have gone Balls Mahoney, or we could have done Test.
Why the fuck did we leave Test?
Albert.
We're going to 40-man Rumble.
No, fuck that. Because it's the worst Rumble.
Albert was the New Japan champion, though, wasn't he?
We never said that we were going to count Japan, though.
Oh. That's why I left off a few people.
Yeah. Who'd you leave off because of, like...
Albert.
Yeah. You literally just said, but I didn't know if there were...
I'm trying to think.
Any other options.
Because up until, like, this new, like, AEW era New Japan, the titles didn't change hands that frequently.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very much fair. Dude, here's a weird thing, too. Like, we couldn't throw someone like Jamie Noble in there because you forget Ring of Honor champion.
Absolutely.
You know, he would have been a good, solid choice to have
I would have chose White Trash Jamie Noble any fucking day of the week.
Ultimo Dragon could have been in there, but of all the... With his fucking belts... that he had that one of them had to be considered a major title, I'm sure.
The first belt collector.
Yeah.
No, everyone ruins it.
Man, you know what? Ultimo Dragon, in theory, could have been in this Rumble. Because I don't think it, like you would with the parameters that we set.
Pull up him with all the belts.
Okay.
There's got to be one major one on there.
Not with the ones that we named. Ultimo Dragon. Okay, belts. Yeah, belts. I love this. Oliver Kane saying that he wants to recreate this photo with all of his Jordans. Yeah, I don't see what would be considered a major title.
You don't see those NWA World titles?
Those aren't the NWA World title.
Those not.
That's not the NWA World title. That is it says welterweight. What I'm looking at. Oliver is obsessed with this photo, and he's talked about it a few times of like the reason that he has all these belts is because that year in the King of the Super Juniors,
everyone who entered put their belt on the line.
Everyone who entered had to put their belt on the line, and he, no, what was the tournament? I don't think it was the King of the Super Juniors. I don't remember.
The Super 8, maybe?
It was fuck, what was it? It doesn't matter, but Oliver will just send a non sequitur comment to me sometime next week. But yeah, Dragon could have in theory been in this because by the parameters that we set, but it doesn't matter. We can't ruminate too much on what we
there's always
done.
Coulda, shoulda, wouldas.
Yeah. So, well, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and hop off here. Michael Madrox is going to bring up a wheel spin app, and we're going to get these names entered, and we're going to go from there. So on Paid Show, what we're going to do, we're going to spin the wheel, make the deal. We're going to see who the final four are based on the wheel spins, and then we are going to debate on who we think should be the one to win, and then if we can even throw this in there, if they should then go on to win the world title. Who knows? Who knows? So, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get off here. You can follow Michael Madrox on Instagram at the word one, then the word one, and then the numbers 900 909 9900. You can follow me on Instagram, new Instagram handle, by the way, DWobs Card Shop. You can follow me on there. We're going to go ahead, like I said, get on here on Paid Show. We would appreciate a 5-star written review from any of you out there. Big thank you to the Patreon supporters. You'll be hearing from us shortly. And the rest of you, we will see you down the road on some form of content.